They've been in Billings into cryotherapy since last July, and business is growing. And as of right now, she's targeting athletes, as in high school athletes or college or professional, for the wellness therapy out called cryotherapy. You can learn a little bit more about cryotherapy at n2cryo.com. N2 Cryotherapy, the only one in this region. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4.
Livin Large Larry live from the Red Line Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Mayor Tom Hannell and Mayor Collin, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Larry. It's a beautiful day. How are you today?
I'm looking forward to the weekend already. And we do the same thing every time we talk, is we always look forward to the weekend, and I realized why, because we always do this interview towards the end of the week. But I think about the weekends on Mondays. That's the way my mind.
I think about the weekend every day of the week. How does that sound?
Yeah, it keeps you going, too. So a new survey out, Wallet Hub, ranks Billings among U.S. top run cities. And I love these Wallet Hub surveys because they always rank Billings and Montana really high. That's good news.
That's very good news. It's an honor. And let me say this, that it just is a very clear display of good management, good leadership, the proper use of the taxpayers' dollars, very efficient, effective use, and what can I say? Great practices. It certainly is an honor. Yes, it is tied primarily to the financials of the city, be it that we have been recognized for managing our monies in a very smart manner.
And I like it. So thank you to Wallet Hub once again for mentioning Billings, Montana in their surveys. That's pretty cool. So on Monday you had a business meeting. Was it a business meeting or just a city council meeting? Or which one does it describe as?
It was a work session Monday evening, and very full agenda. We had our quarterly reports from all the different entities, departments, well, not all of them, but most of them within the city. So a very thorough discussion, very good discussion, and it was a good meeting. Very full agenda, yes.
I was looking at a news publication about a number of Billings City Council members on Monday said they want to include members elected in November 2017, including the new mayor. I go, what? But there is going to be a change.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, you know what that amounts to, Larry. There was a suggestion by one of the newer council persons just came on first of the year, and they thought that we should alter our strategic review process. We do that every 3 to 4 years, and move it up a year so that we could include newly elected persons instead of those that have been on the council and are going off, to include the newly elected ones. And that's good and bad. I mean, I can understand the concept involving new council, get some fresh ideas and input, be it that they're going to be around for a few years.
Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think if you exclude those council that have been around, have the experience,
right,
and know how things work, how things operate, they have a good understanding of the personalities, so forth throughout. And let's say, be it that we've been recognized as one of the top cities in the nation, and now Wallet Hub says we're very good at managing our finances. Why would you not want to include the standing guard and exclude them and just have the new guard? I think it's beneficial to use those that have been on the council. But, you know, something, the majority will rule, and I'm sure it's going to be considerable discussion before any decision is made.
And when will that consideration be made? Another meeting coming up?
The action will have to come forward in a form of an initiative.
Okay.
That would be at the next meeting, next Monday night meeting, which is a business meeting. So at the end of the agenda is when council has the opportunity to forward initiatives. And then if the majority agree to put it on the agenda, then it would be on at the following business meeting, so 2 weeks later. So it'll be a while. It's nothing that'll be decided anytime soon.
I know there's a project that you and Robin is near and dear to your heart, and that is the Yellowstone Kelly Interpretive Sites. And the council learned that the $500,000 or so that it'll cost to develop that has been pledged or is mainly in hand already.
There you go. You know, it is in hand. Well, I think there may be some. I'm not involved in the actual collection, the resource into that project, but the city of Billings put down the initial amount, which was $50,000.
Right.
And that certainly got things going. We had a lot of people jump on board, businesses, private individuals. In a less than 2 years' effort, they reached their goal, and then some, up over $500,000. As your question, Larry, though, I believe some of that money is pledged. However, they're very confident that the pledges will come through. The money will be there as when it's requested. And what a wonderful project, certainly long past due, and to the credit of Yellowstone Kelly and our military. This is something that we should be proud to move forward with and get it completed.
And if things are on schedule, it should be completed by June of 2017, which is exciting.
Very exciting. Yes, it is. Just in time for the tourist season, the visitors, and look forward to sharing all of the ceremonies and the commemorative site with those visitors, indeed.
So I had a note here, and half of it's cut off, and I've been trying to research it, and I'm pretty sure that if I just mention a couple of key words, you'll be able to finish my thought for us, but a pair of security cameras mounted on a nearby cell tower.
Well, you can expect, Larry, with this type of investment and the significance of the site itself, that there will be security, it will be monitored, and we will be certainly keeping an eye on it for any thought of vandalism or anything of that nature, yes.
Okay. Let's talk about Tim Goodridge, the coordinator for the East Billings Urban Renewal District. And he said the property owners are working with the Billings Art Space Project to locate his proposed 40-unit live and work housing projects. And how's that coming along?
You know, Larry, it's in the beginning stages. This has been a topic of discussion for quite some time. Nothing new, a few years actually. And Billings is becoming more and more noted for its cultural arts activities, and of course the arts in itself. The Yellowstone Art Museum is becoming a very popular spot, getting a lot of attention. So there's been talk of a art complex somewhere in the eastern part of Billings, where artists can live and work, show off their work, invite guests. People can stop in and visit, participate as they may be able to. So an art space is certainly something that's very common in a lot of cities across the country, and seems to be a lot of support growing and growing for such a facility here in Billings. So I'm excited, and I hope that they're successful.
All right, Mayor Tom Hannell with us, Mayor Call. And a little bit of fun, Montana Fair at Metro Parks campus coming up, begins on Friday, August 12th. What is Mayor Tom Hannell and Robin's favorite ride and favorite fair food that you look forward to every year?
Well, I don't know if there's any particular favorite ride. I used to get on every one of them I could at one time. But, I don't know as if we're going to really say much there. I suppose Ferris wheel is always something that we've enjoyed over the years. We don't always have that opportunity to go on.
Now, I'll ride the Ferris wheel, but I'll watch how I will not. I'll ride the Ferris wheel, but I will not ride the zipper anymore. I will watch the riders on the zipper, however.
There, you're a smart man. We do. You say intelligence does grow with age. What can I say? So I think that's a very good decision. I'm with you. I'll watch the zipper from a distance, but those days are behind me now.
And when you and Robin go to the fair, Montana Fair in particular, what do you guys like to do and snack on?
It's really a little bit of everything. The Norwegian food's always good. We enjoy that activity. I look around, I can't find much for German food, so that gets pretty hard to find. But it's just more of the social aspect more than anything, Larry. Opportunity to go down and thank people for attending the fair, see friends that you don't see too often, and check out the exhibits, especially the 4-H farm ranch activity. That's always something of interest to us. So just looking forward to having a good time.
And Carrie and I always go for the a couple of cobs of corn with a nice ice cold cup of beer.
There you go. I can't argue with that one in the least. Sounds like a plan.
Montana Fair, August 12th through August 20th. Appreciate your time, Mayor Tom Hannell and Mayor Call this morning. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Larry. You have a great day, and tell your lovely wife hello, and we'll visit again soon.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
We always do a What's Going On segment on the show, livinlargelarry.com. And boy, the big thing going on is Montana Fair. It begins on Friday, runs through the 20th of August. Montana Fair, what's going on is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection, bighorninspection.com. Nick Tyler from KGHL, who I work with over on KGHL Radio here in Billings, recorded a visit with Mayor Tom Hannell on Wednesday for this week's version of Mayor Call with Mayor Tom Hannell, City of Billings Mayor, and we'll replay that coming up just a few minutes here at livinlargelarry.com. From the Red Line Computer Studios in West Billings, across from Goodwill this morning. Our forecast at livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings, across from Shopko. Not a bad week. Low to mid-80s for the first part of the week, and mid-80s for the middle part of the week. Heading into Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 85 to 90. Then very little rain in our forecast, a chance of late afternoon, evening thunderstorms throughout the period. Top Sandwich Company, across from Shopko in Billings. Free delivery, even one sandwich. And ask about catering at Top Sandwich Company, across from Shopko in Billings. Third-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage Business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August, normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep, it'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Livin Large Larry live from the Red Line Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown.
You were one of the first people to take a ride with Uber, which has been in the news quite a bit, not just in Billings, but in Montana as it's launching. Just was wondering how the Uber process went and how it went as a passenger.
You know, this has been working towards Billings for some time. I've heard a lot of discussion, and of course, after jumping through the hoops with the state legislature, something that's very popular in other states where there is more, populated areas. But Billings being the largest city in Montana, basically the largest city within a 500-mile radius.
Sure. Obviously,
it was just a matter of time, and their introduction here in Billings was very well attended, very professional, and it's something that just the same. I have high predictions that they'll do just fine. Like anything else, changes will take a little time to adjust. People have to become accustomed to a little bit different method of calling for your ride, but at the same time, competition's good, and we do have other companies available, but this will certainly bring everybody up to snuff as far as taking care of their clients.
Well, it sounds good. We'll go from riding to a walking, and that might be with the dog or cats on a leash in developed parks here in the Billings area. There's already some parks that allow it. There's kind of some different rules for some different parks, but a pretty interesting, I thought, conclusion for you and the council with the ordinance being approved, but kind of with some rules and restrictions to that, and we've got phone calls coming in. If you want to talk about what that was, how that came about, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. Well, basically when it was introduced by one of our council, how it was introduced was, the public needs to have some skin in the game. If they want to be able to take their dogs into the parks, which I know is very common in other communities, and certainly is something that's been discussed here for some time, they need to participate also. By recent surveys, very accurate numbers, there's an estimated number of 30,000 pets in the city of Billings. But interesting enough, only about 5,000 are licensed. So, if they want to use the parks, if they think that the dogs should be able to roam in the parks, be it on a leash, why not participate? Why not show their support and be more attentive by licensing their pets? The theory behind this, Dick, of course, is it's going to cost money to allow this ordinance to move forward.
Yes.
There's a need for new signs. The ones that are there are outdated. They need to be replaced. That's well known. But then there's enforcement, stepped up enforcement. There's the waste containers that need to be established, and all of this costs the taxpayers money. So the revenue that could be generated if persons were to license their pet, and be it another $5,000, would be more than adequate to help cover those costs. And so, in the end, I think it's probably not a bad idea. A lot of grumbling, but we'll see how they come forward and see if they want to support it.
Hey, Mayor, what happens when, well, like you said, about 1 in 6 pets, it sounds like, are licensed and the rest aren't, which is a pretty amazing number. But what happens if you're, I don't know if you're caught, I don't own a dog right now, but if you're caught without a pet that's licensed, why are they licensed? Just to kind of keep track of it, make sure, the shots are up and things like that?
Yes, Nick, that's the main thing. It isn't intended to be a revenue-making program. That never has been the case, but it's more for tracking to be sure that pets are properly vaccinated.
Okay.
You get them vaccinated, you need to have a license, vice versa. But at the same time, I would think that people that have pets care about their pets, and should their pet stray away, get lost, or someone takes their pet, hopefully there'd be an easier, better method to track their pet down, or track the owner down, I should say, and get the pet back to where they belong. So it's a win-win for everyone. Yes, the revenue is certainly a major factor of it. I don't want to deny that, but it's just called being a good citizen, being a responsible, accountable citizen. I mean, it's no different if you license your vehicle if you drive on the city streets. Why not license your pet if you're going to walk them into the city parks?
Billings Mayor Tom Hannell, my guest. A couple of minutes left. I understand that city staff will be meeting tomorrow to talk about this. Is it possible there could be a park ranger through the police department that would help with enforcement?
Well, Nick, there's some discussion there. I'm going to say that's a long ways out.
Okay.
That would be an expensive venture. There's going to be a need for equipment to include a vehicle. You have salary, you have benefits, and all of this. Quite expensive. I'm not saying that it won't happen. It probably will at some point in time, but nothing I expect in the near future. I think if we can just encourage people to get their pets vaccinated, buy their license, be responsible, clean up after your pet, a lot of the need for a park ranger could be subsided with just citizen participation.
Sounds good. One more question, Mayor. We'll let you get on with your morning. I just was interested, could there be an alternate route as we talk about kind of going up to the Heights area, up on the rims for the inner belt loop? Is there possible there could be some changing to what could be constructed, Tom?
Very possible. That has been, we've had several discussions on this now for a few years. Of course, the big hiccup there, Nick, there's just no way around it, is financing and available funds to complete that inner belt loop. It's going to be a major undertaking, a tremendous expense. But I will say it'll be well worth it. It's something that's definitely needed, and I am confident that is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But the thought of an alternate route coming in closer, just to the west of the airport property up onto Highway 3, would save a tremendous amount of money. It would be less impact to the land up behind the airport, behind Highway 3, whereas the initial plan was to come out right there at Zimmerman and Highway 3. Sure, a great idea, and that might still happen, but at the same time, this alternate route, I think, is a savings to the taxpayer.
Truly trained barbers, the experts at hair. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in the Heights. I've used Austin as my barber at Jim and Austin's Barbershop for about 5 years now. The best $10 haircut ever. And 10 minutes, $10, in and out. You can even get your haircut over your lunch hour. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights. Find them on Facebook.
The return of football is just around the corner, and what a better way to prime your gridiron pump than to rub shoulders and listen to the stories of a collection of the state's best. Hi everybody, Mick Holdeen here, inviting you to the inaugural induction of the Montana Football Hall of Fame in Billings.
An inaugural induction ceremony will be held August 12th at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Go to Montana Football Hall of Fame on Facebook. Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations or online at bighuddle.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
As we broadcast from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Wave Car Wash off of King and 29th Street in West Billings, Redline Computer Studios. And what is going on around town? It's a big week. It is the week-long Montana's biggest blood drive. Always happens in Billings as we move on with our week here. August 11th, 10 to 6, Montana's biggest blood drive. And what's going on is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. If you can't make it to give blood at United Blood Services on August 11th, then one more day, Friday, August 12th, 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. Montana's biggest blood drive here in Billings, 1444 Grand Avenue and 248-9168. Give them a call, make an appointment. Walk-ins are available as well. Montana's biggest blood drive going on this week. We mentioned Montana Fair. That begins on Friday. And it's not all about the concerts. There's concerts on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we're talking Jason Derulo Friday nights at Rimrock Auto Arena. And Gabriel Iglesias, comedian Fluffy, on Saturday night. Sunday, 3 Doors Down. Tickets remain for all 3 of those shows. But 35 rides, also inclusive of Montana Fair this year. 35 rides. And John Henchen, who brings Mighty Thomas Carnival to Billings for year 37 this year. Mighty Thomas Carnival has 3 or 4 new rides. Go check them out. The setup is ongoing as we speak. And that's always an educational experience, too. As you have a few minutes, head down to Metro Park and watch the setup of Montana Fair as it begins on Friday. What's going on around town? From Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, Refinery Inspection, Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com. Headlines coming up, livinlargelarry.com on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app. A true coupon book, a coupon magazine, and it's actually the size that you can actually read through and see what's offered and see the prices. Practical couponing with Hometown Values Savings Magazine. And maybe you've seen it. It comes through the mail to your house. Don't toss it. There's the Hometown Values magazine for each section of Billings and Laurel. Look for it. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. And the most recent issues have been mailed to you. Check them out. Give them a try. Hometown Values. The promise to you from Brown's Automotive, with over 60 years of being in Billings, is communication and trust and experience for all facets of automotive specialists. Tune-ups, tire and alignments, transmission specialists, complete auto repairs. It is their family-owned business. Brown's Automotive at Broadwater. Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th. A couple of locations downtown. Automatic Transmission Company through Brown's at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North. And Brown's Rebuild Center as well, downtown at 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. For over 60 years, rely on Brown's Automotive. BrownsAutoBillings.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
And a couple of headlines as we look through KTVQ.com, Color8.com, also the Billings Gazette to gather for some of our sourcing at livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Wave Car Wash off King and 29th West, the Redline Computer Studios. So before Katie Ledecky was starring on the Olympic stage in Rio for Team USA, the roots of her swimming background actually were planted in Montana. Ledecky's mother, Mary Jen Ledecky, swam for the College of Great Falls, the Argonauts, for 2 years before transferring to New Mexico following the 1974 season. She qualified for nationals 3 times with the Lobos. So the 19-year-old Ledecky won gold in the 800-meter freestyle swim at the 2012 London Olympics as a 15-year-old and has already claimed 2 gold medals in Rio the last not quite a week. She will aim for her 3rd win of the 2016 Olympics on Thursday morning in Rio when she tried to repeat in the 800-meter freestyle event. After hitting a few speed bumps, the ride-sharing service Uber launched in Billings and across Montana last week, and it's going full bore. For drivers unsure about insurance coverage, Uber says the company has your back. Taylor Patterson, a spokeswoman for Uber, explained there is no gap in coverage from when the app is started to when it's closed. She says that while your personal insurance may have a gap, no driver is left without insurance at any part of the Uber ride, which was one of the stalemates from bringing Uber to Billings when it was first talked about almost 2 years ago. Riverstone Health is expanding its hours to make sure Yellowstone County students can get all their vaccinations before school starts. In a couple of weeks, the additional hours in anticipation that more kids will come in for shots after school. District 2 sent notices to families earlier in the week. Last week, a new state law required kindergarten through 12 years old students to have 2 vaccines, varicella or chickenpox vaccines, and prior to 7th grade, children need at least 1 Tdap or tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis vaccine. Now, extended hours for school vaccinations are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Riverstone Health's regular hours are Mondays and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 4:30, and Wednesdays from 11 to 5:30 p.m. for vaccinations. After August 23rd, Riverstone will resume its regular hours. School starts for School District 2 in Billings coming up. It's a sad reminder for kids. I know parents are probably rejoicing. 2 weeks away from the start of school. So summer is just flying by. LivinLargeLarry.com on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app as we broadcast from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings. We'll talk with William Henry. Above the Rim, 3-on-3 basketball at the Shrine. That is coming up this weekend. We'll get the last-minute details and insight from William Henry. Above the Rim coming up. LivinLargeLarry.com. Also a visit with Laura Shaka from Keystone Mortgage in a few minutes as well. All at LivinLargeLarry.com. Third-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage Business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August. Normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep. It'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. It seems everywhere you look, there's values, there's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get Hometown Values. Get it? Well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of a magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. Trained barber haircuts, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Heights, the best $10 haircut ever. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, the official barber for the Livin Large Larry live show. Like him on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop up in Billings Heights. 2225 Main in the Heights, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Proud supporters of the JCs.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Our replay sponsor on Livin Large, Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. Livin Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com from the Red Line Computer Studios, West Billings, right next to the Wave Car Wash off King and 29th Street West. As promised, William Henry with us above the rim 3-on-3. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, boy, it's nice to have you here with us and talking about what a great event. First of all, how has 3-on-3 above the rim grown since it came back to Billings?
Crazy. So
Yeah.
we started this this is the fourth one. So
Right,
the first
yeah.
time we did it, we were at 90 teams. This year, we were probably in the neighborhood of 230, 240.
Whoa.
Yes.
I was going to guess maybe you doubled the teams in 4 years, but
It's getting closer to triple.
good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Billings and the surrounding, I guess the region actually is a big sports area. And do you get teams from Wyoming and the region as well?
Crazy enough, the last 3 years, we've had at least 25% of our teams from Wyoming and or North Dakota.
Why do people get so excited for outdoor 3-on-3 basketball?
You know, I just think it adds another element, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're outside, you can see 12 games going at the same time. I think people just get excited, Fun in the sun.
Yeah, and when you guys started doing them at the Shrine, and I've been helping you out for several years.
Yeah.
I came by that Saturday morning, and it had been a while since I saw a 3-on-3 basketball tournament outside. And you're right, you drive up, you park your car, and it's like just massive amounts of balls flying everywhere. But it's cool just to kind of walk around and watch the different teams.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, to have 24 to 30 teams playing any given time, basketball being playing, people watching. I just think it adds another element that you don't get in the gym. Right?
Yeah. And the parking lot at the Shrine Auditorium, what a perfect venue for it, huh?
We love it. And then, like I said, faces Broadwater, so people can drive by
Yeah.
and see it and like, what's going on over there? And they tend to come in and stop and support. So it's a great venue.
What brings me in is the smell of food out there.
Oh, so you might want to come by this year because I got vendors coming from Florida this year. So
Oh,
we got
nice.
got some southern stuff going on out there this year. So it's gonna be crazy.
Boy, talk about growth of above the rim. You just nailed it there.
Yeah. We've done a good. Like I said, we've been blessed and we've been fortunate to have good people, supporters. I can't do this without mentioning our title sponsor.
Oh,
Scene.
please do.
Scene Contracting is
Harvey, yeah.
Yeah, Harvey is a great guy. He does a lot of stuff for the community, so he's been highly supportive of this thing. So we're gonna keep it moving and try to keep this brand growing.
Do you have to be really good at basketball to play in this tournament?
Absolutely not, right?
Okay.
This is about fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have some competitive divisions, but we just want, for my focus in particular, is the kids. Come out, have a good time, compete against people in the region who you might not get to compete against. And then, like I said, if you win, great. If you don't, we'll come back next year and try again.
Yeah, and you get a cool shirt out of it every year.
You do get a cool shirt.
You
If
do?
You get a cool shirt. And this year I got about 4 or 5 colors. So, you want to come by and grab your shirt and have a good time.
Wait a minute, I saw that on Facebook last week. I'm thinking, okay, so what William's doing is he's laying out all the shirts because he's confused. He doesn't have a clue which one to choose. I thought you were going to choose one of those for this year's model.
You know what? I was, but it's a surprise. Like, I may have chosen one, but I may have chosen all of them. Who knows? So you
Yeah,
gotta come and show up
I
and get
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got, I don't know, 2 or 3 of your above the rim shirts already. I collect them.
You need to have like a dozen of them.
Yeah.
Let's make it your personal wardrobe,
I would love to do that. I'm going to miss your event this year only because I have a DJ gig on the road, but I'm going to stop by on setup day on the 12th of August.
Yes.
Help you and kind of watch you guys do the work.
Yeah,
It's cool to watch it go up, actually.
Yeah, that's the part that people don't get to see. There's some dedicated community folks who come out and help me do that, and we'll set it up so that when they come up when people show up on Saturday, we play basketball.
Yeah, there's rims, sturdy basketball rims all over that parking lot. Let's talk about the demographics of above the rim. It being in Billings, from kids to older Americans, what you got there?
Yeah, so basically this year we introduced the 1st and 2nd grade division. And
how fun!
Yeah, so we had a Little Tykes playing, and we got about 8 teams in that division already. And then last year we had a team of mature gentlemen. We're gonna call them old gentlemen. That's 60 plus that played last year.
Nice.
So
yeah.
anywhere from 7 to 60 plus, if you feel the urge to come out and play, you should do it.
How fun! So girls, boys, men, women.
Girls, boys, men, women. If your dog can play, we'll let him in too, just as long as he don't foul anybody.
A couple of years ago, I stopped by the Shrine during the above the rim, And I think I saw some co-ed going on.
You will see co-ed. Actually, we had last year was our biggest co-ed division. We had 8 co-ed teams.
Yeah.
And that's a fun division to watch.
Yeah, it
you
is.
get to see, the intermingling of male, female. Like you get the women who have really good shots.
Right.
The guys a little bit more athletic. It's a good mix to see, though.
I'd love to see a girl or a woman shoot the basketball and beat the guys.
Oh,
That's so fun.
it is a great thing. And when you watch women play, they are so fundamentally sound. It's
Yeah.
great to watch.
Yeah, I think women and girls in most sports are probably a little more intense, and they capture more of the knowledge and learn faster.
Absolutely. And like I said, I think their fundamental skills are so much more sound most times than guys because they literally they think the game.
Yeah.
And it's impressive to watch.
Sometimes guys overthink the game.
Yeah, right.
At times. All right, William Henry with us with Above the Rim 3-on-3 basketball. Let's talk registration, price points, things like that.
Okay.
How can we help you out?
If you want to register, Big Sky Ballin, BALLIN.
Dropping the G.
Yeah, dropping the G just like Livin.
Livin,
We drop the G. Or you can call us at 406-694-5555.
Price point 65?
The price point is $149 per team.
Okay, per team.
Yeah, and registration deadline is August 3.
Okay,
So,
it's coming right up.
yeah, we're 1 week away, 1 week from today. So we want to get this thing done and get it done quickly.
How's the team count as of right now?
Oh, I was doing it this morning at 5:30. It was up to
William.
Yeah, it's up to
You
about
live
170. So,
Nice.
Yeah, so
you'll get there.
it will be crazy.
Yeah,
it will be crazy.
you're going to get there.
Yeah.
All right. So what time does it start on Saturday?
Saturday we start at 8 a.m. and we'll play all the way until about 6 and do the same thing on Sunday. Friday is an important day as well. Friday we'll be at Into Cryotherapy doing the pre-registration drop-off so you can pick up all your information, your T-shirts, and we'll be out there from 5 to 7. And Larry said he's going to make an appearance
Yeah.
for me.
Are you going to? I made a note of this. Are you going to have? Because you normally do a hoop out there.
If you want it, I will.
Well, I think you should. I mean, it is basketball. Back in the day when you had it over at Athlete's Foot, you had a hoop out there.
Yes, hoop will be there.
Yeah, and I'll try to do a little 3-point action.
Oh, you guys got to see Larry stroke. It's amazing. It's totally
Even
amazing.
if I don't make it, I know I look good.
You look good. You
I
look
know I
good.
look good. Do the follow through.
It always has on sweet sneakers too, so
Yeah.
you got to come see it.
I'll have my red and black Jordans on.
There you go.
So
there you
looking
go.
for Into Cryotherapy on August 12th.
5 to 7.
And the tournament August 13th and August 14th.
Correct.
2016. Above the Rim 3-on-3. William Henry. Any final comments that I missed?
Hey, no, I think you covered it all. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And I'll repeat this interview throughout the course of our little internet podcast here,
Thank you, sir.
leading up to it. William Henry with us Above the Rim 3-on-3. It is coming up. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for
The
having me.
promise from Brown's Automotive in Billings to continue communications. It's been happening for over 60 years in Billings. Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater. Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th in Billings. 2 downtown locations of Brown's Automotive, the automatic transmission company, 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center downtown at 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive. BrownsAutoBillings.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana for LivinLargeLarry.com. Live on YouTube this morning, also the TuneIn smartphone app for your Droids and iPhones. Thanks for checking us out and streaming the show worldwide. About 1,200 of you monthly to check us out. We're humbled, thank you. Laura Shaka, Keystone Mortgage, with Accolade Talk coming up in a few minutes here. News next.
Falling victim identified. I'm Livin' Large Larry. A 19-year-old South Dakota man is in critical condition after falling while climbing the highest peak in Montana. Thomas Craig Feifel of Rapid City was hospitalized in Seattle, where he's being treated for a head injury. Tribal leaders from across North America are gathering in Glacier National Park in honor of the grizzly bear, which is considered sacred by tribes across the continent. The group is holding a prayer ceremony for the animal this coming Friday. Sweetgrass County officials say human remains found last week in south central Montana are those of a 38-year-old Bozeman man who went missing during an elk hunt 2 years ago, 2014. Under Sheriff Alan Roenberg says dental records confirm the remains found were those of Aaron Joseph Hedges. The cause of death is still under investigation. And the U.S. government is suing Montana's largest utility in an attempt to recover more than $485,000 spent fighting a 2010 fire near Canyon Ferry Lake east of Helena. A U.S. Forest Service investigation found the fire was started by a power line that malfunctioned, severed and ignited the grass and timber on the ground there. The lawsuit claims Northwestern Energy's negligence caused the fire, which the company denies. It's in the courts. The Montana Conservation Voters Action Fund will spend about $500,000 to help re-elect Democratic Governor Steve Bullock and defeat Republican rival Greg Gianforte. The Montana-based environmental group is the third outside group to report spending a significant amount of money to influence Montana's gubernatorial race. The others are the Democratic and Republican Governors Associations. Continued hot, dry weather and recent wildfire activity inside and outside Yellowstone National Park has prompted it to implement Stage 1 fire restrictions. There have been 10 fires in the park this year, 4 caused by people, 6 the result of lightning strikes in Yellowstone National Park. At Montana's capital Tuesday, evangelist Franklin Graham held a rally, and an estimated 2,700 people heard a roughly 45-minute speech from the eldest son of televangelist Reverend Billy Graham. The rally didn't feature any stump speeches or election endorsements, nor candidate appearances of any type. Instead, Graham called on attendees to put their faith in God to help solve the country's problems. Tuesday in Billings, Riverstone Health broke ground on a new facility, and KGHL was there to witness it. It'll be named the Ballard Center in honor of Bill and Marilyn Ballard, who donated $1 million to the campaign to add 48 exam rooms in a 34,000 square foot expansion of one of the nation's only teaching health centers. The $11 million goal is more than 2/3 of the way, meaning construction can begin. Sports. Olympic-related, Michael Phelps has made up for one of the few losses in his Olympic career. Phelps avenged his defeats at the 2012 London Games by winning the 200-meter butterfly on Tuesday night, holding off Japan's Masato Saki by a mere 0.04 of a second. Phelps won his 21st career gold medal as part of the winning 4x4 200 relay team as well. Katie Ledecky of the U.S. has captured her second gold medal of the Rio Olympics, winning the 200-meter freestyle. Ledecky earlier had won the 400-meter freestyle event for gold as well. Look at state and regional news and sports. I'm Livin Large Larry.
There's a new real estate agent in your neighborhood, Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers. Call Amber for a free market analysis, 406-690-5902. Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers.
It is remodeling time in your home or your office, and the windows are the most aesthetically pleasing area people look. The most important part of your home are your windows and your window treatments. All kinds of blinds and Billings, all kinds of blindsmt.com with cellular blinds. The woven woods are available, mini blinds of all sizes and styles and models. Talk to Bobby Gray at All Kinds of Blinds and ask about their security window film as well. All kinds of blinds and Billings. All kinds of blindsmt.com. 3rd year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August, normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep, it'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Hi, this is John Lagerquist, the voice of the Carroll College Fighting Saints for 25 years. I'm very excited about the new Montana Football Hall of Fame. Every NFL player from a Montana school since 1926 will one day be eligible for induction. Those like Carroll's Casey Fitzsimmons and over 100 others. Plan to be in Billings for the first induction class on August 12th. Listen close for ticket information.
Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations and at bighuddle.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Our forecast at livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopko. Not a bad week. Low to mid 80s for the first part of the week and mid 80s for the middle part of the week. Heading into Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 85 to 90. Then very little rain in our forecast, a chance of late afternoon, evening thunderstorms throughout the period. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings. Free delivery, even one sandwich. And ask about catering at Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings.
Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry Live.
Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation it's private to you. The Loan Tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown.
A very special guest this morning. First time on the program as we get ready up in Lewistown. We got the Montana Cowboy Poetry Gathering and Western Music Rendezvous Thursday through Sunday. And on Saturday night, the 13th, we'll be kicking off. Well, going to be headlining will be Riders in the Sky, and would like to welcome to the program, of course, Ranger Doug. Ranger, good morning.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Good morning to you.
Heading back to Big Sky Country. Has it been a while for you?
It has been a little while, and we always love it up there. It's where our music belongs.
I'll tell you, I've been in radio 22 years. Everybody just still calls me Nick, but I understand you got a couple of pretty fun nicknames or monikers as the idol of American youth and the governor of the great state of rhythm. Not bad, man. Not bad.
Not bad. Right. Especially in an election year.
That's right. All right, we're getting ready for the show again Saturday night, the 13th, up in Lewistown. We're going to have a great turnout. I figured if we could, I know I'm more of a, well, being in radio, you're going to deal with a lot of music in different genres. It's hard not to get enthralled by it and maybe pick a favorite or like it all. But understand for you, kind of a music historian, and if that'd be all right in just a few minutes, if we could talk about a book that you wrote a while back. But I was just kind of wondering if we could go back to the first time that you kind of heard maybe some of the Western music or the swing music, maybe heard the yodeling and went, whoa, I love that. Was it something you heard as a kid? Was it something maybe you picked up later on?
It was both. It was very interesting. Two of my uncles, my mom sang, and two of my uncles play guitar, never professionally or even close, but just for fun. And they sang a lot of those old songs like Red River Valley, and they were actually from northern Michigan, believe that or not.
Okay.
But, they got a great signal out of WLS Chicago and the National Barn Bands, and they learned a lot of those songs. Then when I was a kid, my dad was in the Navy for a while, and we lived in California, and I went to Knott's Berry Farm, and that's where I really heard a group called the Wagon Masters singing live Western music. And that kind of opened my eyes and ears and made me love it, because as a kid, you don't understand broken hearts and faceless spouses and putting key marks in your boyfriend's truck, you know.
Sure.
But you can't understand the wide open spaces and riding with your friends, you know, being a cowboy. So I loved it as a kid, and then as an adult, I think in 1974, I went to a Western Swing Festival, and I had become acquainted and liked the music of Bob Wills and all that.
Of course.
The Sons of the Pioneers were on the festival, and they came out, and after all a days worth of beer drinking songs, suddenly you have the Timber Trail and Tumbling Tumbleweeds way out there, and oh man, that's it. As an adult, it brought me back to my childhood, but I also realized how complicated the music was and how poetic the lyrics were, and I love harmony singing, always have. So that was kind of the moment there in 1974 when I said, I want to do this too. That's for me. That's the music that speaks to me.
Ranger Doug of Riders in the Sky is my guest, and that segues real nice into my next question. I've always been really interested in engineering and producing in the studio. When you're doing Western swing, like you said, 3 or 4 part harmonies sometimes can get very, difficult. Does it get easier or harder when you go into a range when you're in the studio after you've been working together for so long? Is it kind of something that comes together right away, or does it still take a lot of effort?
Well, it does take effort, especially to work out new tunes, but you're right, we have worked together so long that, we can just sort of say, well, why don't we put the harmony on that line, and you go above and I'll go below, and then we do it, and it works great. You know, if we know how each other work.
All right. Do you have a routine when it comes to songwriting, Ranger Doug? A lot of writers will, some don't. Does it just kind of come to you? How do you feel about that?
I don't at all. Every time I've tried to sit down and force myself to write something, it feels like something that was sat down and forced to write.
Sure.
And when they just come to you, I mean, sometimes you struggle with getting another verse and everything, but when they just come to you, those are the natural sounding and feeling songs that actually communicate.
Could you tell us, Ranger Doug, tell us about the book you wrote in 2002, kind of put your musical history hat on. I was just wondering if there was something as you were putting that book together that maybe surprised you that you didn't think you would find out, and voila, there it is.
Well, there were many of those moments as I discovered as time went on and researching the book. For example, who was actually the singing voice of John Wayne in his one singing Western. He vowed to never do another one after the first, but his voice was dubbed in, and I discovered who is the actual singer. and an interesting history behind that. I don't know if you want to go into it, but there were a lot of moments like that that I learned from first-hand sources and from interviews I've done, and from the hard work of other people whose work I use as research material.
Ranger Doug's my special guest. Riders in the Sky. They're going to be headlining Grand Stage show Saturday night the 13th in Lewistown at the Montana Cowboy Poetry Gathering and Western Music Rendezvous. That Thursday through Sunday. I was wondering, you guys have been together for so long, since the early 70s. Do you have a few secrets to keeping a band together?
Oh, yes. Separate hotel rooms.
I was going to say separate buses.
you don't want roommates. No, we still have just the one.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You're heading to Lewistown. I know you've done a lot of live recording. Is this a show that maybe sometimes you record up and put in the archives?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
All right. Well, let's go from there. Let's talk, if we got it, let's talk about your radio shows. You got a lot of irons in the fire. We've got the Classic Cowboy Corral that's on satellite, and if you could also tell us about that, and then tell us about the Writers Radio Theater.
Yeah, Classic Cowboy Corral is the show we do every weekend for an hour, and it's just all the classic westerns, Dean and Roy, and Tex and Rex and the Sons of the Pioneers.
Of course.
Our sidekick, helps me with it, and we do not only the tunes that people expect, like Riders in the Sky and Tumbling Tumbleweeds and El Paso and those kind of songs, but we also dig back and do some real obscure stuff from the 20s, and then we feature some people who've been kind of forgotten, like Andy Parker and the Plainsmen, or Wesley Tuttle, that are just great. We get to expose them once again to a new generation. The Writers Radio Theater shows is a show we had on public radio from 1988 to 1996, and we did it for a number of years. It was a lot of fun. We had some great guests, Garth Brooks before he became famous,
All right.
and Mary Chapin Carpenter, and some classic people like Bill Monroe and Frank Yankovic, Asleep at the Wheel. Anyway, we had a lot of fun doing that show, and we finally obtained the rights to it, and we're now streaming it on our website at ridersinthesky.com. And you can hear every week we put up a new episode and archive them, so you can follow the cliffhanger adventures we have too, as well as the music, fake commercials. It's a spoof of like a 40s radio show.
Well, it's at the website. You can check it out if you'd like to. I got to ask you, you guys seem to dress kind of the way your personalities are. You got a pretty flamboyant dress, and I always appreciate that. Do you have any secrets? Does somebody help you with that? Do you got any special stores you head to if you got to pick up, something new, or if it's you're going to do something different? What do you think about that?
Well, those fancy outfits are modeled after the kind of thing that Gene Autry and Roy Rogers wore in their movies, and we have a tailor in Nashville here named Manuel, who makes some of our stuff, and another one in North Hollywood named Jaime Custom Tailor, Jaime.
Okay.
And Jaime makes a lot of my stuff. If I find a great picture or poster of Gene or Roy in a wonderful outfit, then I take it to Jaime and say, make me that in my size, and he does.
That's great. Ranger Doug's with me, Riders in the Sky. Just a minute or two, and we'll let you go. Thank you for the time today. Recently, I believe at least...
Did you hear my granddaughter sigh over there?
No, has she had enough of me already? All right. I just wanted to ask you, I believe you had a chance this year to work with Mo Bandy and Ray Stevens, and you've had many collaborations in the past. Is that something that you and the fellows enjoy?
We enjoy it a lot. We've been lucky to sing with those two, and Mo's record just came out, but we've also recorded with Kathy Mattea and
All right.
Emmylou Harris, and it's just, we enjoy that a lot. People often ask me what'll I do when we finally do retire, and I said, well, I'll probably just start another band.
Sure, all right.
This is what I love to do, I just love it.
Well, Ranger Doug, thank you for your time today. We want to welcome you and, of course, the Riders in the Sky back to Montana. You can go to their website. They have a mailing list for Twitter. And you want to find out that information, you can do so. And we'll see you coming up on Saturday night the 13th. Looking forward to your music, and we welcome you back to Montana up in Lewistown, Ranger Doug.
Well, thank you. We also we're also on Facebook, as is Classic Cowboy Corral is on Facebook, too, so you can find us there as well.
Okay.
We're really looking forward to coming back to the Big Sky Country. We love it.
Well, you're going to have a great time. This is right up your alley for when it comes to performing, and it's going to be a very exciting show, and a great crowd always shows up, too. So you take care, and thanks for your time, Ranger Doug.
Thank you, Nick. I really appreciate you taking the time.
You're welcome. Ranger Doug, Riders in the Sky, again headlining Saturday night, the 13th, Lewistown. It's the Montana Cowboy Poetry Gathering and Western Music Rendezvous. They'll have a question and answer session that afternoon at 1:45. Doors will open at 6, shows at 7, of course, at the Fergus Center. Get your tickets at Don's Store or 538-4575.
On him. Such a warm-blooded girl could never be sure when it all would start again. He said, how did you get in here? You have no right. She said, I've decided you'd like to have some company tonight.
Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry Live.
All right, and as promised, livinlargelarry.com, we've been teasing the fat Laura Shaka from Keystone Mortgage. We'll be in, and she's here. And the studio audience erupts with applause. Laura Shaka, Keystone Mortgage. First of all, how's the new location, downtown Billings, going for you guys? It's been a while. It's been months.
Yeah, we moved in February. It's great. We actually really like it a lot. It's a good location. The businesses around us, great neighbors.
I've been in there several times. I love the way you guys have
gradually remodeled it, and your signage is up, and
Well, some of it is.
I mean the inside office.
Yeah, the
It's
inside
good.
is. The outside, we just had bid for some pretty fantastic stuff coming in. Hopefully, we can get it taken care of before winter hits.
I was gonna say by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Yeah.
That is my goal.
Yeah. You guys have a lot of goals there. You guys been busy, and the press, the media is all over the fact that the Billings Gazette Readers Poll is nominations are out, and you got some good news to share with us,
Yes.
Belinda Osborne.
Belinda Osborne, one of our fantastic loan officers, has been nominated for the Billings Gazette Reader's Choice.
That's a cool award.
Yeah, it really is. And, it's well deserved for her, too. You know, she's very kind. She's compassionate. She's very into her clients. And, when they leave as her friend. They don't just kind of, come in as a number for her. So, yeah, if you go on there, go to billingsgazette.com and vote for Belinda.
When is the voting end, do you know?
Sunday, the
This
14th.
coming Sunday. All right, good to know.
Yeah, ends on the 14th. So you can vote daily.
Yeah. So, and there's also another accolade that, did Angel win it?
She did.
And
She did.
what is that?
Okay, the National Mortgage Association nominated Angel for the second time.
Angel
as-
Vibrant we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah, Angel Vibrant, our owner, for the Young Guns Award, and this is her second time winning it, and it's for 35 and under. So, mortgage professionals age 35 and under are the only ones that can qualify for this, and this is her second win.
Is that a national award or?
National.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Jeez. So two big things going on award-wise for Keystone Mortgage, and it just it goes to show how good you guys really are. I mean, you're competitive, and
We are.
There's no fear in your office.
Nope, none at all. We've got great rates. We actually take care of our clients. We're not going to, ask you for extra money to keep
Right,
lining
yeah.
our pockets. Any other mortgage broker or bank is going to ask you for underwriting fees, loan origination fees, junk fees, all that other kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And we don't ask for it. We don't finance it in on the back end either. Like somebody
Like
we know here in town does.
No names mentioned.
No,
we don't
no
have
names
to
mentioned.
Yeah,
but
well,
we found out that's what they're doing is they're financing
well-
on the back end. So you really got to be careful when you go in for your loans. Ask what you're being charged.
See, those are the kind of things as a consumer that I want to know. Because again, I do radio. I don't do what you guys do, and if you guys know the tricks of your trade, I know the tricks of my trade as well. I don't mind sharing. So as a consumer, I want to know all the tricks and hidden things to watch out for. So I'm glad that you guys are not afraid to tell people.
No, you just whenever you go for a loan. I mean, even if we say we can't help you, which is very, very,
Very rare,
because,
yes.
we actually just brought on a couple new lenders too, which I'll tell you about those in a
Okay.
second. But if we say we can't help you and you go to another lender, by all means shop around, but ask them before you sign anything on a dotted line what their costs and their fees are, and ask them if they're going to finance them in on the back end. Because if they're financing them on the back end, you're still paying those, and then you're paying interest on top of them.
Are those questions that, as a non-financial professional like myself, I shouldn't know to ask?
You know what? I didn't know to ask that until I started working for Keystone.
Yeah. So you guys.
I never thought about it. I mean, why would I?
Yeah.
Why would you think?
Why
that
would
you're
I?
gonna- Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why
would
do you
have
think
no
you're going to
clue.
go in and have to have extra fees added on the back end? I mean, when you buy a house, your paperwork is, thick anyways. It's
Yeah.
like the dictionary. So.
I would never know, so I'm glad. And these are tricks that I'm glad that you can educate us on. I listen to your interview from time to time on 98.5 The Wolf with Scott. Mm-hmm. You guys sound really good.
Scott's great.
Scott's a great guy to work with,
Yeah,
for one.
he really is.
And I want to talk about a couple of points that you guys talk about on The Wolf. And I know that Scott sometimes mentions, I'll paraphrase, are there better areas of Billings to buy homes? How's the financing? And we were going to go to a point in this talk, I spaced it out. You said, lenders. Let's talk about lenders first.
Okay.
Your two new lenders.
Well, the big one that we just brought on is we are now wholesale lenders for U.S. Bank. So we can do U.S. Bank loans without the fees that you get charged when you walk into U.S. Bank, and you can still have their excellent programs.
Wow.
And we have Quicken Loans too. So instead of going online to mess with Quicken Loans online, you
Yeah.
can come to us and we can take care of it. And again, no additional fees.
Two branded names affiliated with Keystone Mortgage.
Yep.
And for those who don't know, Keystone Mortgage has moved down across from the pub station.
Right.
Is what I always say. So if you're going to the old Keystone location and they're not there, they're downtown.
That's right.
2442 First Avenue North. All right, so let's talk about mortgages. And is it still is it a buyer's market, a seller's market?
You know, it's kind of flip-flopping back and forth right now. Houses are still not sitting on the market very long. You know, if they're priced right, they're moving quick. So it's still pretty much a seller's market. And buyers, if they're not coming in with their pre-approvals, they're kind of getting left behind still. You know, you can't just go in, look at a house, and like, oh, yeah, I think I'll go get this one, and put an offer, and then try to get your financing, because somebody else is going to come in behind you with that solid financing, and they're like, oh, okay, just kidding, we don't want you, we want the other one.
Well, Carrie and I, my wife Carrie and I, went in and talked to Angel about a month and a half ago, because we're looking to maybe sell our home, you know, in the near future, and we are doing our due diligence as well. And some people, I guess, don't know the entire process from A to Z, if you will, and they start in the middle where R is, and you've got to start at the beginning.
Right, you do. And I mean, if you're going to sell your home too, you know, Stacy Dick with Century 21 is fantastic. We just absolutely love her. She knows the ins and outs, and she is like the bee's knees when it comes to that kind of stuff. But when you go get ready to list your house, you know, you've got to have your house presentable. You know, you've got to have all of your repairs made, all that other stuff, have it ready to go. And then as a buyer, you need to go in with knowing how much money you can spend. You need to go in knowing that you've got your appraisal money set aside, you've got your earnest money set aside, you've got your down payment money set aside. You know, like those things you have to be prepared for if you're going to do that. So I mean, both ends are a little, you know, there's steps and processes to go through them. And I think some people just think it's a blind, oh, I'll just go buy a house today. Like you go buy a car. You know, you go buy a car, you walk in, oh yeah, well here's my trade-in. You know,
there's work to be done beforehand. If you want to do it the right way.
Right. There's a house in my neighborhood that's for sale, and I think it's going to be for sale for a very long time because it's way overpriced.
Is it by owner or
no? There's a real estate agent that's got it listed, and you know they have to do what the owner asks, but the owner's not maintaining the property, so the lot looks crabby. And
curb appeal is very important.
Yes, it's going to sit there a while, unfortunately, which is not going to do anything good for me.
Well, in deference to that, there's 2 homes in our neighborhood that we literally saw listed, and I think within a month they were both gone, at close to the asking price.
Yeah,
you know,
most homes are going asking price right now.
Yeah. So is there a better, not a better, but is there are more homes being sold north, west, south, Billings?
You know, I think really it doesn't matter so much on the location. I mean, obviously people for whatever reason are thinking that the West End is, you know, the place to be at this point, but it's getting a little more expensive on the West End.
It sure is.
You're not being able to purchase the home on the West End that you are, say, if you go to the Heights. You know, if you go out to the Heights, you're going to get more home for your money. You know, you're going to buy a house out there in the Heights, pretty much the exact same thing, exact same size lot.
Right.
Instead of paying $150 a square foot, you'll pay $110 or $113.
Yeah, more home for your money.
Exactly. And let's face it, Billings is not that big.
It's not.
I mean,
you know,
it took me a little longer to get here today from the Heights than it normally would, but we had a little construction and some looky-loos watching some engines drive by. So. But it's like a 15-minute drive from one end of town to the other.
It is. I work, I do afternoons on KGHL radio, way up by Metra, and I can time myself just about going to and from each day after and before the shows, about a 14-minute drive. And I'm not speeding.
No.
And I sometimes take Zimmerman Trail or even I-90.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter the time. So, I mean, you're right. Billings is not as big as people sometimes believe it is.
Right.
Which is fine. You know.
They say, oh, I have to drive to the other end of town. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. When it takes you 2 hours to make your commute in the morning when you go to college, we can talk.
Exactly. So can we talk rates? Is that something we can talk about with Keystone Mortgage? Or do they change it so erratically?
They fluctuate so much that I don't actually ever have a solid rate to give. I do know that right now they're still pretty low. We've had some people come in at 3 1/4, and then we've had people, you know, come in around 4. You know, so they're still historically low compared to what they have been in the past.
You know, with your industry, you know, in regards to Keystone Mortgage, how do people know to shop you? I mean, you guys are great on social media. You're all over Facebook. You're on other, you know, radio media as well, so that gets your name out there. But for the layperson that's just beginning the process, how do they shop and find Keystone Mortgage compared to all your competition? Because I mean, sometimes you got to be feeling the heat.
Well, you Google mortgage, and we pop up first. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much how you'll find us. But you know, we have our bench ads. We're out there. Word of mouth has done great for us too. You know, we've got a lot of very satisfied clients that are kind of helping out with, putting our name out there and giving us our referrals, and they're really happy with their homes and their mortgage process and not paying a small fortune to get in their home.
For those who move in from back east or Midwest to Billings, Montana, because there's growth from out-of-towners, if you will, into Billings, Montana and our area. How do they find you?
I'm just kidding.
Radio, media, word of mouth.
Right,
Yeah.
radio, media, Google. Like I said, Google Mortgages in Billings, Montana, and 9 times out of 10 we're first.
Yeah.
And we don't pay for our ad to come up first. So if you see the ads that are up first, those are typically the sponsored ads, and then right below it'll usually be us.
Isn't that your job, marketing?
That is my job.
So, congratulations, it's working.
Thank you.
For you. All right, a couple of points I may have missed that I should know, that we all should know about Keystone Mortgage. Did we cover it all?
I think we did. Except for our location, we did that.
Talk about contact for on Facebook and phone
Oh
numbers.
yes, you can find us at Keystone Mortgage Company on Facebook.
See,
I did forget something.
I knew there would be something.
I did. We are officially live in Wyoming.
Oh.
Yep, we are now licensed in Wyoming. We got that 2 weeks ago, I suppose.
How's that working for you guys?
It is great. We've had clients that have been waiting for us to get financed down there, or to get licensed down there, so they can finance their homes.
So how does that work? So do you travel to Wyoming to confer?
Mobile broker comes in on that one. So
okay, when we talked about mobile broker, you kind of own the market on that too.
Yes, we do own the market on that one. Nobody else does that one. Yeah. So we'll go down to them. Actually, Belinda, she'll be down in Wyoming quite frequently. Mostly the Sheridan and the Cody area is going to be her general hub. But we've got the whole state. And then we have a couple of real estate agents that are licensed in Montana and in Wyoming too. So we're kind of partnering that direction as well.
Well, I've seen the growth of Keystone Mortgage over the years. I mean, people, you can see the growth. You can talk about seeing the growth, but watching on social media and just the buzz around town, Keystone Mortgage has truly grown, and not just because of the move either.
No. This whole last year, I mean, last summer it just kind of started snowballing, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and by fall, we still had, 15 loans on the board in November, when people don't like to be moving in November and December. I mean, most places are like, oh yeah, we got 2, 3 on the board. Well, we had 3 loan officers. 15 loans on the board active, people closing and moving, and we haven't slowed down.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just increased. I mean, obviously 15 is big for November, not for the summer. For the summer, we're sitting at 55 right now, but it's not. It's just big.
And Angel Byron is from Keystone Mortgage. She is so hands-on. If you follow her on Facebook and around town, I mean, there's no 8 to 5 in Angel Byron.
No, actually, not a single one of our loan officers are 8 to 5. We brought on Kirsty Bianco. We stole her from Wells Fargo. And she
legally
stole her from Wells Fargo. She is fantastic. She is our VA loan specialist. Anything you need to know, she knows it. We brought on Montana Board of Housing, so we're also able to do those loans now. They work from whenever their clients need them. I mean, we do have office hours from 9 to 5.
Sure.
But if they're needing something, gosh, Kirsty was in the office until 9:30 the other night.
It's like selling a car. If you go to Rimrock Auto and you're making a deal on a Subaru, and we can attest to this, we bought a Subaru from them a little over a year ago, and the deal wasn't done by 6 p.m.
Right.
And that's how business is. If you want to make a deal, legitimately, then the 8 to 5 goes out the door.
Right, and it's not even so much that, it's just that they will work and do whatever they can to make sure that you're getting the best loan possible. And, we've had late appointments come in, that's great. But, I mean, when they're sitting there plugging in those numbers on those files and trying to get everything to calculate and to match up, I mean, literally, and yesterday I spent an hour and a half at the printer making copies for Kirsty because she had that much that she was just that behind on. And I'm like, gosh, I don't think I'd want to do your job.
You know what I like to hear, and I see it all the time with Keystone Mortgage, is when you have that success story, and bragging about it's fine when you read and hear about the we had a couple clients that they were turned down, and Keystone Mortgage pulls them through.
Oh yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. That is our job. That's us.
Well, why were they turned down in the first place?
Most of the time it's because lenders only have certain packages that they can lend on. So if they have this tiny little package here and it's a circle and you're a square, you're not going to fit that square into the circle. But if you come to Keystone Mortgage, we've got 22 different lenders on.
You utilize your resources.
We do,
in
you
business,
know.
and you have to.
22 different lenders. We can tailor the lending to you. You don't have to come in and fit in our little circle or our little box. We're going to make it fit you.
Yeah, and that bodes well for the success of Keystone Mortgage.
Right. And you know, banks, they have a lot that they can offer too. I mean, you know, sometimes they do loyalty points and all that other
Right.
stuff, which is great and fantastic and all, but if you can't fit in that package, they can't lend to you. And it's just because they have such strict guidelines that they have to follow because they're lending their own money.
Questions that people might have about beginning the process through Keystone Mortgage, you don't mind a phone call here and there?
Oh gosh, no.
For questions, no charge?
Nope, no charge. We do free consultations. You know, you come in and you bring us your taxes. I mean,
I did that. I got a free consultation from Angel at Keystone Mortgage, and I don't have a bill in the mail.
No, and you're not going to either. None of our clients ever get bills from us. They just, you know, it's all taken care of. We don't need to charge you for our services because the bank pays us to bring you.
Yeah. Those are, again, hidden things that a lot of people do not know. So give us your phone number again.
It is 248-7124. And our website is www.keystonehomeloans.com.
Boom.
Right?
Laura Shaka with this. And you're going to be in again next week.
Right.
On the 18th. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there'll be some more juicy details about Keystone Mortgage.
Oh, we'll have to see, won't we?
Oh, you got something brewing. I could. You're on YouTube, so that expression, you can look back and see that expression.
I always have something in the oven. Always.
So to speak.
Right.
All right, Laura Shaka, Keystone Mortgage. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
You may have won this time, but in the end you're gonna lose. You may have won this time, but in the end you're gonna lose. Yeah, you might win a couple more, but in the end you're gonna lose. You better change your tune, or in the end you'll sing the blues. You better change your tune, or in the end you'll sing the blues. Yeah, you might win a couple more, but in the end you'll sing the blues. Yeah, you might win a couple more, but in the end you're gonna lose. You may have won this time, but in the end you're gonna lose. You may have won this time, but in the end you're gonna lose. Yeah, you might win a couple more, but in the end you're gonna lose. Yeah, you might win a couple more, but in the end you'll sing the blues.
There's a winding road up to my mind. La da 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 da. Won't someone help me please seek and find? 'Cause I've been waiting patiently silent. I've been silent, but inside I'm feeling violent. And they are, and she is, and you are, and I am rocking and rolling, and it feels like my soul is in some kind of black hole, and I can't get it open, and this world has got me on the edge of my seat. I guess I can't take the heat. I think my only choice is to rhyme to this beat. 'Cause our babies need some kind of security. They won't get it from blood, diamonds, and jewelry. Like my man say, the shit is straight foolery. We should know better, we've been lacking maturity. Everybody swallow my homemade potion before the lands all get swallowed by the ocean. Global warming ain't just some kind of notion, and we can seize the shit with some kind of devotion. And so he proud was, to live, and they are so proud to die. This is dedicated to the late great Terry Mays, my amazing father. May he rest in peace. It's dedicated to all the people who have passed, because this world is too much to handle. It's for everyone who is here struggling against oppression and inequality, and all the strong women and men who are tipping the scale. I got your back.